In this special episode, you're going to learn about few things. This is in relation to what General Mkhwanazi had revealed. There are some confirmations that I've done. So, I want us to talk about the two firearms that were mentioned by General Mkhwanazi. These two firearms seems to be giving us a clear indication of a relationship between gang members and local police officers. I'm going to take you into a journey and I'm going to reveal something around July 2021. There was a drug bust around Johannesburg worth 200 million, and the person who was in charge of that operation was the head of crime intelligence, Mr. Khumalo. Around November the same year, 2021, on the weekend of the 5th to the 8th of November, a cocaine drug worth 200 million was stolen in Potchefstroom in the hands of hawks. 3. Julius Malema had something interesting about what General Mkhwanazi said, which is a confirmation again. So I will insert that video. There is a man who is a gang member, a gang boss, ruling over a gang crew called the 28. This man, whose name is Raphael Stanford, was somehow involved with DJ Somebody. The death of DJ Somebody left a lot of questions about him. This man that I'm talking about, in Cape Town, they know him. The Cape Town municipality, the Cape Town province, at some point, he will even tell government officials and the mayors, when they are doing whatever business, he wanted a share of that. That then comes into play. But there's more. Some that I did not even mention. Did you know that in 2018 and 2019, maybe even beyond of back then, DJ Somebody used to work for Matlala? Did you know that? Seems deep, ne? For us to understand this, today I'm going to bring a proof of. Do you remember Mkhwanazi mentioning a man or an engineer by the name of Mr. Swart? Mr. Swart was working around Vereeniging, who was killed by a firearm. It turns out that firearm is found in the hands of police, right? Could it be that that same firearm is the same firearm that took the life of DJ Somebody? It gets even deeper. So Mkhwanazi, in his on his press briefing, which took place on and about the 6th of July 2025, around 10:48 or so, the press briefing was live. Part of the things that he revealed during that press briefing, it relates to the weapons. In that press briefing, he said this.
I've tried to outline some sequence of events. I had said the team left for Gauteng to go and assist organized crime in Gauteng. There was a shooting incident that had occurred in April 2024, where Mr. Swart, a QTech employee, was fatally shot while entering the company premises. QTech has been a long-standing service provider to Transnet. Shortly after the incident, 3 suspects, including a warrant officer, a South African Police Service warrant officer, a detective Dau Pule, were arrested in Johannesburg. During the arrest, weapons that were used in this murder, which was an AK-47 and a pistol, along with cell phones, were confiscated. I must applaud the team in Gauteng who had effected this arrest before the arrival of the team in KZN. It is the challenges that this investigating team of Gauteng encountered that led into the invitation to the KwaZulu-Natal police to go and assist. The KwaZulu-Natal Political Killings Task Team arrival, they took these weapons and they went and tested them. So they conducted a ballistic test in order to check whether these firearms were linked with that murder and many other murders perhaps that will have occurred in the country. Maybe let me pause on that one and come back into what had happened prior to us receiving the results from the task team, ballistic test result. On the 6th of December 2024, the task team visited the premises of the two of the high-profile syndicate, of which one, Mr. Katiso Molefe, was arrested for the murder of Mr. Swart of QTech. During that arrest, an unusual activities were observed whilst the team were busy with the operation. These activities included a dispatching of members of the South African Police Service under the command of a senior manager at the head office to go and interrupt the operation that was unfolding. Fortunately, when they arrived there, the members realized that it is indeed a police operation, so they allowed the members to carry out their operation without disturbance. On the 30th December 2024, the ballistic expert issued a ballistic report which linked these firearms not only with the murder of Mr. Swart, but these firearms were linked with a number of high-profile cases. And these cases include very high-profile South African artists that were murdered in Gauteng, which occurred dating back as far as 2021. I'm not going to mention them, but we have them on record.
So, okay, go with me. He mentions the fact that he mentions Mr. Swart, and he states that the weapon that took his life was the same weapon that took the life of DJ Somebody and other people. But notice this thing, that same weapon is found in the hands of police. We are going somewhere. We are going somewhere, please. Just be patient with me. And I repeat, be patient with me. We're going to get into Sefoka and Sibusiso's murder edged close to suspicions of gangsterism and drug trafficking, state corruption and extortion racket criminal network embodied in the private security companies. Now, there is an article that I'm reading from, which is an article released by Daily Maverick. The journalist thereon is Ukrainian Dolly, right? So let's go a little bit deeper here and understand something. DJ Somebody was killed with his bodyguard by the name of Sibusiso. Please notice that. So when we trace DJ Somebody, funny enough, DJ Somebody will trace back to who? Matlala. Because Daily Maverick says, it appears Sibusiso once worked for a security company founded by the arrested business person Vus Matlala. Last year, Matlala was awarded Last year, yes, he was awarded a tender of 360 million rand. Now, travel with me slowly but surely, because we need to be as informative as possible when it comes to this. So, let me now take you into Mr. Swart. Mr. Swart was working for a company in Vernagen. It's called it's QTech company. This same QTech company used to, or had a tender at Transnet. And it is said that there was some corruption scandals that seemingly was going to blow up. And maybe he was not going to, maybe he was going to be the key witness, hence his life was taken. So when they were doing an examination, checking as to what happened to this, right? Then they found that, oh, the firearm that killed this Swart, Mr. Swart, is the very same firearm that killed some top artist. We are not going to go there for now, right? So then take me to, I just mentioned the word artist, right? We move from Swart, Mr. Swart, then we go to artist. Remember what links them is the weapon. Please don't forget, we are still going to talk about 200 million drug bust in Johannesburg. 200 million cocaine that was lost. Where? In Durban. We're not going to talk about that. So relax. Matlala's president, Mr. Matlala is the president of a company called Cat VIP Protection. According to its website, it says it has over 30 years of experience in law enforcement. So it is old. As old as it is, it means that they know this business very well. They know all the corners of business. If they know all the corners of the business, it is safe to say now, or to reveal to you, that DJ somebody once worked for this powerful and well-known company, because in an Instagram picture dating as far as 2018, he posted and shows that he was working for this company. In a Facebook post dating back as 2019, he showed or posted that he was working for this. He then said, the caption of his post, one of his posts, it says that waiting for a principal. Now, in the language of VIP protection, if you want to confirm this, go and watch a video from the AKA bodyguard. There's this man who used to provide bodyguard services to AKA. He then said that when they refer to the person that they are transporting, they refer to them as principal. So this then confirms that Kurt Matlala and DJ somebody had a relationship of some sort. Speculations then mount that DJ somebody was selling substance that cannot be named. Yeah. Please notice that there were some allegations and speculation that he was selling substance that cannot be named. Now, speaking of substance that cannot be named, we know what Mkhwanazi said. He said there is a drug cartel that operates where? Johannesburg. Where was he killed? Pretoria. The same DJ somebody had a restaurant named Yep Yep. I want to end it there for now. I'm not going to go deeper. The man, General Mkhwanazi, addressing this thing of Johannesburg being the capital of substance that cannot be named, he said this.
In the year 2024, a request was received from Gauteng Organized Crime Investigating Unit to assist with the investigation to dismantle the organized crime syndicate that was operating in Gauteng, that was controlled in Gauteng but operating in the rest of the country and in neighboring countries. I, as the Provincial Commissioner, took a decision to deploy 10 members from this political killings task team to go and support this organized crime unit in Gauteng. I can tell South Africans that this decision was a cause for the disbandment letter of this team. because they overstepped their mandate of only focusing in KZN. They went to support Gauteng organized crime unit with the dismantling of a criminal syndicate. And I can confirm before the South Africans today that the investigation which these members were involved with in Gauteng has unmasked the syndicate. And this syndicate involves, amongst others, politicians who are currently serving in parliament. The law enforcement officers include the members of the South African Police Service, the Metro Police, and correctional services. They include prosecutors in Gauteng province, the judiciary, and all these are controlled by the drug cartel as well as business people in that province of Gauteng. This act, of course, undermines the criminal justice system in this country.
So, okay, move then from DJ Somebody, because we have said something about DJ Somebody. We know now that DJ Somebody died and shot, he was killed in a very way with a firearm. Please notice that. He's killed with an AK-47 as it has been suspected. 1. 2. That same firearm that killed DJ Somebody is the same firearm that kills who? Mr. Swart, the engineer of a QTech company. 3. The firearm, when it is tested, it is testing positive. In fact, let's start here. The people that then get arrested for the killing of Mr. Swart, the QTech employee, who look at the same company that has contract with Transnet, when they made an arrest, they arrest who? Police officers. There's something that you need to notice there. Police officers, including a detective by the name of Tau, is arrested here. This firearm, which is point number 2, linked back to DJ Somebody. So we are now transitioning to point number 4. Please notice this. The linkage here is the firearm. Go with me. Let me introduce you to a man by the name of Stanford Raffel, who is a leader of a gang unit called 28. And mind you, these are not inside prison, they're in Cape Town. Now, Data Maverick says Sefoka was known for a Yep lifestyle brand, which he and his business partner Kagiso Setsetse created. It involves 2 venues, a Yep lifestyle launch in Menlyn, Pretoria, and another one in Cape Town City Center. Now, please pay attention to the one in Cape Town City Center, because this one in Cape Town City Center, it is now going to take us to who? The gang boss, Mr. Mr. Raffel Stanfield. Daily Maverick says, Daily Maverick previously reported that the 28 gang boss accused Raffel Stanfield and his wife, Nicolette Johnson, were involved in a Cape Town, the one in Cape Town, right? That is now what is going to link DJ Somebody to this. The venue was temporarily closed, and we're not going to go deep into that. Now listen to this one. In an affidavit to police, Setsetse also alleged that the gangsters targeted the venue and terrorized customers after it opened in 2021. Now, I want you to notice this. You've got this gang member boss who forcefully overtake the business, the one in Cape Town. Remember, I said, when you talk about this gang boss, Stanfield, you're talking of a person that has control dominance in Cape Town, such that it does not matter who you are, whether you are a government official or no matter who you are, the city of Cape Town, the mayor in Cape Town knows this guy. At some point, they were running a construction in Cape Town. Because they did not have a share, or they did not give him his share, they have to stop. He made sure that nobody runs anything in any business in Cape Town that has got interest in, and he doesn't get a share. So it is with the Ayep business. When it started, he wanted a share. They refused, and he was like, I'm going to show you. Please note, there's something, we are going somewhere. In 2023, look, it says the alleged settlement in 2023 led to Satata selling his 1/3 share into the business on other shares belonging to Stanfield's mother-in-law, Barbara Johnson, and Sefoka's family. Right? So, the gang boss has a wife, because now you are hearing mother-in-law. So this same guy, the gang boss, has a wife by the name of the wife is Nicole Johnson. So this wife, her mother had shares in this business. Now you get it. But notice the fact that how DJ somebody and their business were overtaken. Who overtake their business is this gang member. So when he is killed, who are you going to ask? In the Western Cape, Daddy Maverick says suspicions arrive that there are crooked police with the gangsters. This in turn ties into drug trade. Notice this. There's that thing. For a very long time, there's been suspicion in policing cycle that figures based in Gauteng import narcotics and pump them through South Africa, with a special focus on Western Cape gang that act as conduits. Specific suspicions involve luxurious vehicle, drug consignment being exchanged between the provinces. There's also been a long-standing belief that politicians and individuals with state ties are benefiting from this elite trade. Remember again, Mkhwanazi tells a story that there is a problem in Gauteng being the headquarters of this. Now, the question that I want to ask you is the following question. What happens when police collude with criminals? Criminals gain a complete control over the territory. But before I insert that video from Mkhwanazi, let's read this. Daily Maverick says, Daily Maverick has previously reported that international traffickers prefer using this port when shipping masses of cocaine into the country. They prefer using KZN and take that to Joburg. Now we're about to enter into a whole different story that is going to shape your narrative. But before, I wanted to listen to Mkhwanazi when he was speaking about him and Shadrack's beer. The fact that there can never be a relationship between these two people. He said this.
The Minister of Police invited and facilitated the peace talk between myself, the Provincial Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal, and the Deputy National Commissioner, Lieutenant Jairus Beer, in his office, in his house, State House, official residence in Pretoria. The purpose of the invitation was to try and create peace between myself and the Deputy National Commissioner. It was unprecedented. I've never seen in my life. The National Commissioner was present, but he just kept quiet because it was not his meeting. The Minister of Police felt that he must make me and Jairus Beer to find peace. Surely, there can never be peace between a criminal and the police officer. As we speak, the South African Police Service, KwaZulu-Natal, still does not have a leader within crime intelligence because of the letter where the minister suspended the filling of vacancies at crime intelligence, which is dated the 31st of December. So to date, we don't have a command of crime intelligence in this province. We are trying to figure out on our own how to infiltrate syndicates because the minister decided these posts must not be filled. The crime intelligence at the national level has no commander as we speak.
It must be remembered that I ask you a question. What happened when two groups of individuals that are supposed to be enemies, what happened when they come together and smoke peace pipe, whatever you want to call it? What happened? What happened is that you've got gang members working with the South African Police Service members, and therefore crime can never decrease, no end. Let me take you into a sad story. There is a man by the name of Dumsan Khumalo. Khumalo's name is now going to show up in a big scandal. Listen to this. Daily Maverick report. Khumalo's name previously cropped up in a cocaine scandal linked to 200 million interception in Johannesburg in July 2021. So too did that of Major General Faroz Khan, the head of counterintelligence and security at crime intelligence. Daily Maverick have reported that Khan was accused of defeating the ends of justice and bringing the South African Police Service into disrepute. So then they take him to court. But we know, at this particular juncture, we know that, okay, there is 200 million worth of cocaine that was intercepted where? Johannesburg. Aha! Where? Johannesburg. Now, I'll take you in a journey, don't worry. I'm not going to go deeper and explain and bring all these things together. You have the responsibility of piecing everything together. I have a responsibility of giving you information, so please don't blame me. Now, let me give you another shocking revelation. Again recorded in Daily Maverick, by Daily Maverick. They are saying, according to police, the cocaine at the center of that scandal had came from Brazil, arrived in KwaZulu-Natal, and been transported to Johannesburg. Came from Brazil, landed in KwaZulu-Natal, transported from there to Johannesburg. Julius Malema, speaking about Johannesburg, he had something very interesting to say about Johannesburg, being the center and the headquarters of this. He had this to say.
So I know the ecosystem of this country, who does what, where, and how, including those who sell drugs. When I take over, I know which area to go. I will never sell soldiers to Western Cape to go and fetch drugs. There is no single factory in Western Cape that manufacture drugs. Those are the consumers. All drugs are being produced in Gauteng and get distributed outside. That's why you send the soldiers with so much money to go and stop drugs in Western Cape. Till today, they never gave you any drug bust that is big for 2 million rands. Nothing. What happened when you send the soldiers to Western Cape? The supplier stopped supplying. That's why those Western Cape people started smoking the dangerous drugs, the most useless things, because there was no supply. None of those soldiers found a factory in the Western Cape. You live where drugs are. You go and look for them somewhere. What's that?
So, allow me now to show you even a further scandal. Remember that we have just moved from this then being... Okay, here. What we have done, I've shown you Johannesburg being the headquarters. What Mkhwanazi says is not just an allegation. There is more evidence that people outside of Mkhwanazi can prove it. Why I'm saying that? Go with me to, let's travel together and land into another scandal. Daily Maverick report the following. Further backing his assertion is what happened in Potchefstroom, KwaZulu-Natal in 2021. Between the weekend of the 5th and the 8th of November that year, same year, the Hawks officers they were buckled a cocaine worth of 200 million was stolen. And when they were asked, how was it stolen? The justification of that was that, no, people break into a window, blah, 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 and the story is gone. No. So please notice, July 2021, there's a bust in Johannesburg of a cocaine worth 200 million. That same year, this is July, same year, November now, the weekend of the 8th to the 5th to the 8th, there's a stolen 200 million worth of cocaine in Durban, Potchefstroom. For me, by the look of things, it looks like this is the same thing. However, there's something worth your attention. How does this whole thing travel? How is it transported? I have a scandal that one day we will work on, but not now. Somebody is whispering something very interesting. And that is, these things that we're talking about is transported through, I didn't say any organization, but I said blue light. There's an allegation that this whole thing is transported through state official vehicle. Now, there are a few things that I've said in this episode. Number one, there's drug bust in Joburg. Cocaine worth 200 million. 2, cocaine worth 200 million is stolen in Durban. 3, the firearm that killed Mr. Swart in Vereeniging is the same firearm that killed Mr. DJ somebody in Pretoria. 4, that same firearm is found in the hands of police. 5, DJ somebody had a squabble or fight with Mr. Gang Boss, 28 Gang Boss. What you need to pay attention to is the firearm here. The firearm becomes the linkage. 6 is the fact that DJ somebody had worked for Matlala. 7, Johannesburg being the capital of what? Substance that cannot be named. 8, the fact that some of this substance, they are packaged from Joburg, then sent to Cape Town. I'm not gonna do much here. My intention, or what I came here to do, was to give you this whole thing here, this thing, and say, listen to Mkhwanazi very attentively. You will realize that what Mkhwanazi said, it stands a chance of, okay, let me not go deeper. You are very intelligent. You are very intelligent. You will definitely understand what I'm going. Now, let me apologize for yesterday's episode, because this episode now, I'm repeating the same thing that I've said yesterday. The reason I did that is because the episode, I inserted a different music at the background. That music was copyrighted, so that was not going to be monetized. And because of that, I had to remove the sound through YouTube mechanism. Unfortunately, it cut the sound, and that's the reason why that episode, I ended up having to privatize that episode or taking it down. I'm sorry for that. So we will continue with this. You know, in this YouTube channel, what we do, we work on stories continuously. So I am on the lookout for further information. I am definitely going to work on the story. So we are also going to, I'm going to work on the story. Expect more updates, because when we do stories here, we don't leave stories hanging. We follow up on stories until the end, if there's an end. 2, we will be doing Thabo Baxter. Somebody had asked, whether or not we will be doing Thabo Baxter. Definitely, we will be doing Thabo Baxter. 3, please subscribe. Continue to subscribe. Watch the ads. That's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. I'll see you guys on the next episode.